When I look at my old pictures, all I can see is what I used to be but am no longer. I think what I can see is what I am not. Everyone makes type of mistake gives the perspective of seriousness. It has shown me that everything is illuminated in the light of the past. It is always along the side of us, on the inside, looking out. Grace isn't a little prayer you chant before receiving a meal. It's a way to live. Without balance, a life is no longer worth the effort. You fall because you are human, and rise because you are divine. Perhaps what is inexpressible is the background against which whatever I could express has its meaning. Our fingerprints don't fade from the lives we've touched. Before you can successfully make friends with others, first you have to become your own friend. All opinions are not equal. Some are a very great deal more robust, sophisticated, and well supported in logic and argument than others. Bad men rule by the feebleness of the ruled, and this is just. The triumph of weaklings would not be just. There are no environments where you're only going to win, because life just isn't like that. It is remarkable how long men will believe in the bottomlessness of a pond without taking the trouble to sound it. People are going to say what they want to say and think what they want to think, and I can't change their minds. You talk when you cease to be at peace with your thoughts. It had never occurred to me that our lives, which had been so closely interwoven, could unravel with such speed. To know that we know what we know, and to know that we do not know what we do not know, that is true knowledge. Nobody realizes that some people expend tremendous energy merely to be normal. Nothing factual that I write or say will be as truthful as my fiction. Stop giving meaningless praise and start giving meaningful action. Finding one important thing in your life doesn't mean you have to give up all the other important things. Your environment will eat your goals and plans for breakfast. If cats looked like frogs, we'd realize what nasty, cruel little bastards they are. Style. That's what people remember. It's important in life if you don't give a shit. It can help you a lot. Mist to mist, drops to drops. For water thou art, and unto water shalt thou return. For the first time in a long time, I want more than I have. When you're screwing up, and nobody says anything to you anymore, that means they've given up on you. Where your talents and the needs of the world cross, there lies your vocation. The only part of you that hurts when you're given the truth is the part that lives on lies. You need to have faith in yourself, be brave, and take risks. You don't have to have it all figured out to move forward. Everyone who got to where they are had to begin where they were. Be sure to place your feet in the right place, then stand firm. Growth isn't a series of mistakes. That's the only way you learn. The purpose of life is to live it, to taste experience to the utmost, to reach out eagerly and without fear for newer and richer experience. The more I read, the more I acquire, the more certain I am that I know nothing. Perhaps home is not a place, but simply an irrevocable condition. Take it moment by moment, and you will find that we are all, as I've said before, bugs in amber. Turn your obstacles into opportunities and your problems into possibilities. He who doesn't understand history is doomed to repeat it. I shall allow no man to belittle my soul by making me hate him. You are, after all, what you think. Your emotions are the slaves to your thoughts, and you are the slave to your emotions. It's the possibility of having a dream come true that makes life interesting. Trustful people are the pure at heart, as they are moved by the zeal of their own trustworthiness. How quick come the reasons for approving what we like. Be grateful for what you already have while you pursue what you want. You can't go back and make a new start, but you can start right now and make a brand new ending. If you want to see a rainbow, you have to learn to see the rain. What a bright sunny day, and I don't know what to say. The first method for estimating the intelligence of a ruler is to look at the men he has around him. A smart person knows how to talk. A wise person knows when to be silent. But every difference of opinion is not a difference of principle. Have faith, when you have nothing else, have faith. One of the penalties of refusing to participate in politics is that you end up being governed by your inferiors. Sometimes you can see things happen right in front of your eyes and still jump to the wrong conclusions. I didn't come here of my own accord, and I can't leave that way. Whoever brought me here will have to take me home. Regrets are about decisions that you know you should have done different. The piano keys are black and white, but they sound like a million colors in your mind. Don't be afraid of what lies in the darkness, because sometimes the things hidden in the dark are our greatest allies. Rejections come the moment we decide to turn our one day into day one, and that is totally okay. I made up my mind not to care so much about the destination and simply enjoy the journey. Growing up is losing some illusions in order to acquire others. Seiran Adi and also I shall sing a sweeter song tomorrow. If a man will begin with certainties, he shall end in doubts. But if he will be content to begin with doubts, he shall end in certainties. Stop feeling sorry for yourself, and you will be happy. If you only shine light on your flaws, all your perfects will dim. It is not the failure of others to appreciate your abilities that should trouble you, but rather your failure to appreciate theirs. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Ideen mij v vogem zivilgenja so teast, ki si jai postavis sam. I never trust frank and simple people whose stories hold together. First they ignore you, then they ridicule you, and then they attack you and want to burn you, and then they build monuments to you. The most important thing about a technology is how it changes people. It's not what you are in life, but what you make of it. If you can't do anything about it, laugh like hell. Happiness depends more on the inward disposition of mind than on outward circumstances. I distrust every idea that doesn't seem obsolete and grotesque to my contemporaries. It was like the beginning of life and laughter. It was the real meaning of the sun. Politeness is the first thing people lose once they get the power. You receive from the world what you give to the world. Whoever said that the past isn't dead had it backward. It's the future that's already dead, already played out. If you are under the impression you have already perfected yourself, you will never rise to the heights you are no doubt capable of. He's not your Prince Charming if he doesn't make sure you know that you're his princess. Guilt is a feeling that you owe a debt that you're not paying. When there's an opportunity in your life where you are able to stop and be present in the moment, smile, and be the moment. Leaving your religion and having to invent your own system of values is a big deal, after all. The most believable lies are the ones that are at least a little bit true. No amount of regretting can change the past, and no amount of worrying can change the future. I need you to be happy. I need one of us to be happy. Live life as though nobody is watching, and express yourself as though everyone is listening. To realize the truth, you have to cross the boundaries of all religions and prophets. In those moments, it's hard to remember that an angry voice is an invisible thing incapable of drawing blood. Keep your friends close, your enemies even closer. Sometimes being happy takes effort. Invest time and energy in yourself and your happiness. The universe is not outside of you. Look inside yourself. Everything that you want, you already are. If you really want something, you can figure out how to make it happen. We had the experience but missed the meaning. An approach to the meaning restores the experience in a different form. Never complain. Never explain. Resist the temptation to defend yourself or make excuses. No matter how much suffering you went through, you never wanted to let go of those memories. Don't let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. Keep going. Your hardest times often lead to the greatest moments of your life. Keep going. Tough situations build strong people in the end. Imagine no limitations. Decide what's right and desirable before you decide what's possible.